Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala!
With the sun and it burns until the day is done.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. It's time for Horse Sense from the Equine Alliance of Marion County. And in the studio, Mark Shufford is here. Barbara Feitos is here. And Karen Grimes is here. And on the phone, we have Lorraine Vargas. Good morning to all of you. How are you?
Good morning, Larry.
What are we going to learn about today?
Oh, we're going to have a wonderful feature today with Lorraine Vargas of Cedar Lock Farm and Racing Stables in Morriston, Florida. And just to show you the absolute graciousness of this industry, Larry, when I called Lorraine to talk about being on the show today, she said, absolutely, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to call in remotely. I'm in Massachusetts.
Oh, wow. Okay.
At her farm in Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
So she's calling in from Massachusetts, which is just that's the graciousness of this industry in terms of people saying, yes, I'm there for you.
That is so sweet.
We're very pleased to have her with us today. And she has a wonderful new program called Run for the Ribbons. It's an all-thoroughbred horse show. They had their first premiere show here in April, and they're getting ready to do another one. So I'm going to let Lorraine tell you all about it.
Good morning, Lorraine.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, we're actually really excited for getting out of crunch time. Our next show is on Sunday, the 21st of September at Cedar Lock Farm. And then we have another one in October, which we're hoping to have some fun stuff at that show, including a Halloween class. That'll be October 18th. We're looking to do the Halloween class and then also something for breast cancer awareness. We haven't quite figured out exactly what we're doing yet for that, but we want to do something to raise some money. We're thinking about maybe a 5K or something for to raise money for the breast cancer awareness, because October is, breast cancer awareness month. And then we also are very excited to announce that we have set our dates for our South Florida show. In Plantation, Florida, we'll have one on the 22nd of November and another one on January 3rd. So we're really eager and excited to be expanding the show series, because that's been our main goal, is to kind of get it throughout the entire state of Florida. And so this will be our first show away from home, and we're really looking forward to that. And the response and the support we've gotten from Gulfstream and Florida Track has been great and really appreciated.
Hey, Lorraine,
We've got a lot of things going on right now.
Hey, Lorraine, let me interrupt you just a second. When is the Ocala show? October what?
October 18th, and then September 21st is the next one. So we're just a week and a half away from, or 2.5 weeks away from the September show.
So if people that are listening to us want to go, how do they need to figure out how to get there, and if there's a ticket, or if they need to bring a lawn chair or directions?
It's actually, the show is free to spectators, and anyone wishing to compete with a thoroughbred can visit our website, which is www.cedarlockfarm.com. And that has got our prize list, which has all the classes. We actually are going to have 10 classics as well, which will have cash prizes, ranging from in-hand classes to for the retired thoroughbreds that are no longer riding sound, all the way up to 3-foot jumpers. So those are kind of excited. We get a pretty good turnout when we offer the cash classes. And so that's, we've got those that we had kind of for the summer series. We had only had a couple of those classes, and now we've brought back the OTTB in hand because we had quite a demand for that. And so we're really looking forward to the September 21st show, and I think we're going to have, the last few shows have had about 40 horses at each show, and we're looking for that number to be bigger, actually, for the September show.
Good. We'll have a lot of repeat people, you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of repeat people, but then there's also a lot of people coming that have been before that are bringing more horses, and there's a lot of people that have come and watched the first few shows that didn't have horses ready that are now ready. I think we really motivated a lot of people that had project horses that maybe weren't, just weren't aiming for anything specific, and those people, when they found out about the show, were just so enthusiastic and put their horses in a program regularly to get them ready for our shows.
Okay.
It's been really cool.
Well, it sounds pretty neat, and I know you're very passionate about the program. It comes out when I talk to you or hear you talk about that. So, tell me the website again.
The website is www.cedarlock.farm, CEDARLOCK farm.com, and then if you go to that site, there's a link for the Run for the Ribbons Horse Show series. And that has all of the details. It also has our page for our sponsorship opportunities. We are still looking for sponsors for our full series, which will be a total of 8 to 10 shows. And so, trying to promote that as well.
So, Lorraine, if somebody wanted to come out and watch the horse show, they'd bring a chair. Is there a concession stand? They could get some lunch there?
There is concession. Yep, we have concessions. The only thing is I strongly encourage for the next few months at least to bring an umbrella or something for shade, because there's not a whole lot of shade outside of the fence line. And so I strongly encourage bringing shade, but we're pretty flexible. People, can drive their cars pretty close to the arenas to watch from their cars too. There's plenty of room.
Now, what's really cool about this horse show is all the horses in the show are ex-race horses. A lot of them, they've had careers on the racetrack, and it's really exciting that you're doing this so that we can show what the versatility of the thoroughbred. The thoroughbreds can do anything.
Yes.
What do they do when they come to you? What kind of classes do they show in? It's obviously not just one big class. Do they compete by age or by activity or both or what?
They compete by skill level. We start with lead line, which is for the young riders, 7 years or younger, and we have like walk trot classes, walk trot canter, cross rails, 2 feet, 2-6, and then all the way to the 3 foot and 3-6.
Okay.
And so it really depends where the horses are at. But there's really kind of anything for, like, anywhere your horse is at in their training, they can come. And then there's also just schooling. It is just an English show right now, but we are working on putting in a third dirt ring, because we have 2 grass rings right now. We are working on putting in a third dirt ring and opening it up to other disciplines, like Western Pleasure, because I have had a lot of people say, well, we have thoroughbreds, but we ride them Western.
Right.
So that is in the works. We're hoping for the beginning of next year to be able to add Western Pleasure to the shows as well.
Cool. So when you talk about 2-foot rails and cross rails and all that kind of stuff, for those in our audience that are not aware, that's all jumping horses, right?
Yep, jumping horses. And some of them don't jump. There's classes that are just walk trot and walk trot canter
Right.
for the horses that don't jump as well.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Tell me about a Halloween class.
The Halloween class, we're really excited about that. It's always a fun class, and probably more so with thoroughbreds. So, tend to have a little bit more energy. We're looking forward to that. You can either lead your horse or you can ride them, but it's pretty common. I come from New England, and so it's really common up here.
No, really?
Every show has a Halloween class in October, and it's a lot of fun. You get people doing groups. I've seen a group of friends with their horses and doing like the Wizard of Oz theme and everything, which is really cool. So we're looking forward to that and getting some pretty neat pictures when people come out for that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So they dress up the horses and the people?
Yep, the horses and the people.
Cool.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
I'd like to see some of those pictures. What was your favorite costume? I know you did this when you were, or you probably still do it.
I haven't done it in a while, but I'm pretty excited. My trainer is a little like, come on, you've grown up, but I'm still really excited to do it, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a requirement from the host. I think you have to this year.
Yeah, and then one year I actually made my horse a pirate ship. He had a cardboard ship around him and everything, and I was a pirate.
Cool.
It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My
a
little
lot of
daughter,
fun.
or youngest, she's not little anymore. My youngest daughter's always telling me, she said, "Daddy, I think you want to be a pirate."
So you should ride a horse dressed like a pirate ship.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to do that, Larry, but
Then you have to have a different hat, right?
yeah. I just happened to think, if you've seen, speaking of pirates, horses, movies, and all that kind of stuff, the opening of the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead, Lauren.
go ahead. No, I saw the
Lorraine?
horses. Actually, I saw the two horses, the big black Friesians, I think that they used.
No, they were
for it.
Percherons. They were from Ocala.
Oh, Percherons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually from the Horse Country Carriage Tour Company, Duke and Doc. Disney
Yeah, that's
contacted
so
them, and
cool.
they flew out of the Ocala airport down to Puerto Rico
Wow.
to get that shot.
Oh, wow.
And then the movie, The Hunger Games, all the horses in the Hunger Games movie were from our area as well.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
When the horses come to Florida in October from Massachusetts, do they have to adjust to the temperature change, or
They
no?
bring sunscreen.
Sometimes, I mean, they usually come up with a winter coat because our Suffolk Downs meet ends the very beginning of October. And so usually they come down to our farm with a pretty good coat on them already. And then, then they get down there and they're sweating and we got to carry the hair off of them so that they can adjust to the heat and the weather.
Oh, wow. Because I know people complain all the time when they come down here in the winter.
I think that's why they come here. I think they leave
That's what I
wherever they
always
came
thought.
from saying, "I'm going to Florida to complain."
Yeah, I think so.
The horses, not so much. Yeah, they'll shed out. Depends on time of year you bring them. And it works the other way, too. If they leave here and they're going to a cooler climate, they'll,
The bodies just naturally add or remove hair? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
yes, they grow winter coats and shed in the spring. And
It's actually according to the daylight. Like now the days are getting a little shorter, and the horses are getting the winter coats.
Oh, okay.
Starting to come in.
Even here, even where it won't really get that cold. Okay.
And if you keep a horse under lights, they will not grow a winter coat.
Really? But when it gets
Has to do with light.
once in a while here, it does get unusually cold.
Yes.
And then is there a coat or a blanket or something you put on the...
Horses have accessories just like people. There are so many brands and colors and shapes of winter blankets. It's kind of fun actually to dress your horse up and go shopping for them.
think about the wild horses in the Midwest, the Mustang herds and the burros and all that. Much, much colder, much, much higher than it is here.
I want to see the Halloween
There's
one.
nobody going out there and putting blankets on those horses. They have amazing mechanism to keep themselves
Yeah.
warm. Now, people put blankets on, and it's a really big industry, and they put blankets on for lots of reasons because they're still showing and they want to keep hair slick and all that kind of stuff. But horses have the ability that hair traps air, puts a layer of insulation between the outside temperature and their body temperature, and they don't have skin like you and I do. A lot of people think that animals feel cold and heat the same way people do. They don't have the same kind of skin. They've got hide that's, leather and so
Oh, wow.
forth.
Yeah.
So when again is the Halloween one? I want to see the horse. And where is it? Where and when is the Halloween one? I want to see the horses dressed up.
It's October 18th at Cedar Lock Farm in Morriston, which is right
Oh, in
on
Williston.
Morrison.
Oh,
Morriston.
Okay, Morriston.
Yeah.
Williston-ish,
on
south.
464B.
Yeah, it's sort of kind of in that area. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds cool.
We're really looking forward to that show.
What are you doing in Massachusetts?
I am actually up here visiting my family. My
Oh,
my
vacation.
grandfather is up here. Yeah, vacation. I got away from the farm for a few days after months of planning and making sure everything was set because we've got 34 horses at the farm and stuff. Oh, I think more planning went into the farm than actually what I'm spending here, but it's nice. It's nice right now.
I thought, yeah, you got that way. What's the temperature been like up there?
It's been like 84, but it feels so nice. You can go out into the sun and not melt.
That's not 104
Everyone's
or
complaining
94.
about the heat. Everyone's, it's so hot. And I'm like, no, this is This is gorgeous.
Oh yeah. It said, "I'll take
I
your
just
word."
don't want to come back in the winter. That's all. I'll go home.
Right. Yeah, the back and forth. I thought maybe you were up there working or racing or something like that.
No, I visited. We actually had all of our. We've only got 5 up here right now racing, and they all ran last week. We had 4 wins and a third last week.
Awesome.
So
Go Florida
this
bred.
week is kind of This week has kind of been quiet.
Good deal.
So just visiting everyone. It's been nice.
How did this all evolve, Lorene? I know you talked about, and Mark talked about your passion for doing this, but how did the Run for the Ribbons come into being?
It started because I actually took my own horse to a show. I have an off-track thoroughbred that I got from Randy Bradshaw, and I took him to a show, and it was just trying to compete with the other breeds, the warm bloods and the more conventional hunter-jumper breeds. I just felt like it was unfair. You know, my horse didn't make mistakes, whereas their horses did, but because their horse was big and fancy, they beat us, you know, and so my wheels started turning, and I told my husband we need to make a show just for thoroughbreds. We need to level the playing field, and, you know, I knew people that have thoroughbreds would enjoy it as much as I would, and so I decided we were going to do it, and we went forward with it. We put up the rings, and a lot of work went into it, but it's just the gratification we get when people come. Like, at every show, we have people thanking us for doing this and for giving them the opportunity to bring their thoroughbreds to an all-thoroughbred show. People are really thankful, and it's really exciting. It's not your typical horse show atmosphere, you know. Everyone shares that common passion and is happy to be there and happy to help one another. It's a lot of fun.
Well, you've recognized that there's another gap there that needed to be filled, and that's what this is all about in terms of the diversity of this industry and in this community.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, and I really wanted to just help with thoroughbreds. Like, that's my biggest thing. I'm hoping, you know, to help open up more of a window for owners and trainers to have homes for their horses when they retire. By having a show like this, maybe more people will be motivated to take on the challenge of a thoroughbred.
That's wonderful.
We need to take a little break for our weather, and we'll be right back. This is the Source, WOCA. You're listening to Horse Sense with the Equine Alliance of Marion County.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm around. Some can be slow moving and bring heavy rainfall late today. High 86 to 89. Shower, thunderstorm this evening. Otherwise partly cloudy tonight. Low 71 to 75. Clouds and sun tomorrow with a shower or thunderstorm around. High 87 to 91. Then a thunderstorm Sunday afternoon. High 87 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Steve Travis.
All right, 8 minutes before 10 o'clock. Let's return to Horse Sense with the Equine Alliance of Marion County. Mark Shufford is here. Barbara Feitos is here. Karen Grimes is here. And Lorene Vargas has been talking over the phone from Massachusetts. Didn't sound like a horse farm. It sounded more like a city. I heard some sirens in the background.
I thought I initially was kind of looking.
Oh, you thought it was out here?
Yeah, I was like,
I think it was
where's
up
that
there.
coming from?
I think it was where Lorene is.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty rough up there.
And Barbara, we have some sponsors you want to mention.
Yes, we do. Thank you. As always, FTBOA, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Infinite Day Spa, Elmara Arabians, and our newest sponsor, American Payroll and Benefits. So we do a big shout out and thank you to them each week for their support of what we're doing here in terms of connecting and educating the community about this wonderful, diverse industry that's here. And there's some things happening on the international front these days. The World Equestrian Games for 2014 are happening in Normandy, France. And there was a wonderful interview. Chester Weber, our own Chester Weber, who is the current reigning international champion, is he not, for the four-in-hand driving as an individual. They're competing, he comprises part of the American team that's competing in Normandy. They did a wonderful interview, which we'll post on our Facebook page. It was posted posted through YouTube. He is competing. The team comprises Chester Weber, Misty Wrigley Miller, who did four in hand this year at Live Oak. She normally does pairs, but this year she did do four in hand and has kind of migrated into the four in hand. So Misty Wrigley Miller, Chester Weber, and Allison Stroud comprise the American team for the four in hand, and they'll be competing, I believe it's today.
Yes.
It's coming up today, so we should have some results about that. But the interview is fascinating. He was interviewed by a journalist, a TV journalist in Normandy that specializes in this. So fascinating interview. I believe the U.S. show jumping team took the bronze medal in the competition that ended yesterday. So the Americans are doing a good showing all across. But our own Chester Weber will be competing today. So we'll stay tuned for more information on that.
You reminded me of a question. When Lorraine was talking, she was talking about it was an all-English show.
Yeah.
Okay, now, from my perspective, this is the only thing I know. English, they have a different hat. What else is the difference between English and Western?
As far as hat goes, cowboy hat, we have one right here.
Is that all it is?
It serves...
Just a hat?
No, the equipment is different. For Western riding...
Is it harder?
Sorry?
Is it harder? One harder than the other?
It's kind of comparing apples to oranges.
Oh, really?
There's different disciplines, but the Western saddle serves a purpose because, working on a ranch, you have to carry a lot of things with you. And the cowboy hat will, keep the rider shaded. And English, just to kind of put it in a nutshell, using fox hunting as an example, there's a lot of tradition to it. You have to have different attires for different disciplines. But nowadays, there's a lot of safety concerns. So people that were wearing top hats, like in the Grand Prix dressage competitions, for example, you were required to wear a top hat. And now you have to wear a safety helmet.
Oh,
it looks
really?
a lot like a bicycle helmet. So a lot of the equipment used in both disciplines is...
So the saddle's different, the hat is different?
There's different saddles for both English and Western. In English, there's a dressage saddle, there's an all-purpose saddle, there's a jumping saddle, and with Western, there's different types of designs for barrel racing, pleasure riding, trail riding.
Are the horses trained differently?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are?
Absolutely, yeah.
So at this show that Lorena's talking about, we're seeing horses that wouldn't be in a rodeo.
Correct.
Okay. Well, so why? Like, what would I see or not see?
Well, that's why I was asking her what her classes and stuff were. So they start with, she said lead line, and so that's where...
Lead line.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, you can explain this stuff. I thought you hung up. You're spying on me.
Listening to the conversation.
Yeah, you're sneaky like that. You explain it to him, Lorraine.
I mean, they're primarily, the thoroughbreds that come are just retrained in Western, but in English. But I'm sure if we had Western classes, there probably are some of those horses that do come that could be very easily trained to do the Western classes as well. They just, they jog slower, they carry their head differently. But the thoroughbreds, what's so great about the thoroughbreds is they're just so versatile that if we made some Western classes, there'd probably be quite a few thoroughbreds still there and competing. It's just, I grew up doing the 100 jumpers, which is why I went that route with my horse show. But I've just had a demand to do some Western and some other disciplines. I've had people asking for more options for their thoroughbreds. So the thoroughbreds aren't limited to the English. They can certainly do both, and I think that'll be interesting to see, how many are actually being retrained to do Western.
We've got about a minute left if you want to give some final words and wrap it up.
Facebook. Always Facebook. Horse Sense Ocala Facebook. Look it up.
And her events, will that be on there?
We'll have her events on there.
I'm doing that. Yes, I'm doing that right now. Yeah, Lorraine, while you were talking and spying on me, or while you were not talking and spying. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put a link up to Cedar Lock Farm, and y'all go there and go out and support what she's doing. It's a neat thing.
All right. Very
Run
cool.
for the
Thank
ribbons.
you.
Very good.
Thanks, baby. Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone.
Thanks, Lorene.
Thanks, Lorene.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Mark, thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
As always. Barbara, thank you.
Absolutely.
And Karen, thank you twice for coming in and for being so friendly. We went to the, what was it called, OBS?
Ocala Breeder Sales
And just-
Company. I was giving a horse farm tour, and Larry and Robin were there.
Good.
And we just all of a sudden felt, somebody knows us. We felt welcome. I felt like I was in a wrong place or something.
Fish
so.
out of water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to change that with my horse farm tours.
Yeah. We'll have this on the internet by 2:00 today, usually. So be sure to, if you want to share it with somebody, you'll be able to do that. Thank you, everybody. We'll be right back.
Check us out.
Just one day.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. A ceasefire deal signed in Ukraine where officials and Russian-backed rebels have agreed